Alright everyone, today we're going to be doing a quick review of the new RYOBI 1900 PSI 1.2 gallon per minute electric pressure washer. I was walking around Home Depot the other day and came across this unit, picked it up and decided I'd give it a try. So we'll start off by unboxing the unit, get it opened up, and just like all their other pressure washers, comes with an instruction guide. So you have your instruction guide there. Then we go into the unit itself. Nice packaging, everything looks perfect. So we'll get that opened up, and we have the hose that it comes with. I'm not a big fan of these, they're too clunky, they get tangled up all the time. So I'll actually talk about that in a little bit here. But opening up the rest of the unit, here's the power nozzle. On the side of the unit, it has the 15-degree nozzle as well as a little soap dispensing nozzle there as well. So how they are able to get the 1900 PSI is the nozzle strength. So they are basing that on the 15-degree nozzle, and that's pretty standard across their line of electric pressure washers. So as you see on the side here, there's nice mounting for the pressure washer gun. It comes in two pieces. Mounts nicely onto the unit, and you basically just put line the tabs up, press it in, and then you turn it to lock it into place. And there you have it. You can see on the end there, it's a quick connect nozzle, so that's nice for the 15-degree and the soap dispensing nozzles. You can just pop them in really nice and quick and easy. So here we're just showing you on the sides of it. I'm not going to be using that kind of a pressure washer gun, so it's really easy to take those off and get those out of the way, since I'm not going to be using that pressure washer gun anyway. But anyways, here is the cord for the unit, and it does have a nice mounting piece on the back for the cord. And then it has a little claw on the cable, so you can attach it to the rest of the cable so it stays nice and tight. So again, it just wraps around, clips in, you can tuck away. It does have a ground fault, was a GFCI outlet there. The unit itself is nice and lightweight, and it does have a telescoping handle, so you can pull it around. There's wheels in the back, and you can pull it around that way, which is really convenient. The telescoping mechanism works really well, I do need to say. So that's a benefit of the unit. So here we're going to go ahead and test it out. Disconnecting the hose, we're going to be doing two different tests. We're going to use all the hardware that it comes with, and then we're going to also replace it with a longer hose, the hose that I like to use, and a pressure washer gun that I like to use. So here we are, we're just getting everything connected. You're going to be using a pressure gauge, inline pressure gauge, and I have to have that with disconnect, so I'm just plugging the disconnects on and getting it all set up. So now I'm just connecting my water source, and then we should be good to go. One thing with these electric pressure washers, one of the main things that I like is the automatic on and off. Once the motor primes, I like it to shut off and be completely quiet. That's the whole reason I'm getting an electric pressure washer. And some of them do, and some of them don't do that. So we're testing it here. And as you can see, and as you can hear, it shut off. So that's a huge plus. That's definitely a win for the unit. So we're gonna have the 15-degree nozzle on, and I'm testing the pressure right now. and then we'll get in and show you guys up close. And as you can see, the unit is drawing the pretty much exact amount of PSI that it claims. It's sitting just about 1900 PSI with that 15-degree nozzle. So I had a 40-degree nozzle sitting around, so we went ahead and connected that so you guys could see that. Gives you a nice wide fan. However, with the wider fan, it drops the PSI considerably down to about 800 PSI, which is still fine for detailing cars and things like that. If you're going to be using this unit around the house, trying to pressure wash your deck, I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend going with a gas unit for that, where you can get a higher PSI, higher gallons per minute. But for cars, this is perfect, and it does an absolute amazing job. Especially when you're comparing this to like a Kranzle machine. I know the guys over at Obsessed Garage really promote those things quite a bit, and that is an amazing unit, but for the price you can't beat these things. This one, like I said, was 150 bucks, and I also used the 1600 PSI version of this, and you can get those for 100 bucks. So now we're just connecting on our 50-foot hose, so we're extending the hose. I really like that hose. It's from ProPulse, and I'll link it down below. You can get it on Amazon. It's really durable. It doesn't kink. It's really flexible. Even when there's pressure built up in it, it still stays flexible. And then also, I like this pressure washer gun. I'll link a black one down below. I always get purple because my daughter loves purple, so just a little sentimental thing for me. But yeah, that gun works great as well. So we got the whole inline pressure gauge system set up, and we're going to go ahead and test this with using that same 15-degree nozzle. And we're just testing this with this gun and the longer hose to see if we're going to lose any pressure. So we fire it up. With the longer hose, it took a little bit longer for the pump to prime, and as you can hear right here, it's kind of sputtering a little bit. It's just the air bubbles within the hose. Those are clearing themselves out, and then it's good to go. All right, and so now we're going to bring it up close to you, and as you can see, pull the trigger, and we are still pulling the exact amount of PSI. Which is great. And now I'm going to go ahead and throw on the 40-degree nozzle and see if we're still pulling the 800 PSI. So there's the gauge. We're going to pull the gun there, and as you can see, we're still pulling 800 PSI. And that's with the 40-degree nozzle. So now we're just going to go ahead and use the machine. Going to go ahead and show you guys how we spray down, give you some real-world applications of this thing, and see how it works. Just a side note, guys, you can see on the back of the unit there is a soap or detergent additive tank on the back of that. I never use that, but if you do want that, it's a nice feature for the unit to have. And here I'm just spraying on some wheel cleaner, specialty wheel cleaner. It's a non-acid based wheel cleaner, and does an amazing job of just loosening up all the dirt, and makes it so you don't have to scrub out the wheel. It just removes all the dirt. And something that you guys are probably wondering is, will this unit at 1900 PSI with just a 1.2 gallon per minute flow rate, will that work with a foam cannon? And the answer is yes. We will go ahead and show you that coming up here just in a second. However, just as a disclaimer, I do always replace the orifice on my foam cannons to the 1.1 millimeter orifice. Again, I'll link that below. It'll be on Amazon, and that just allows us to reduce the water amount that comes through the gun and produces more foam. So as you can see, it's giving a really nice thick foam, and that pressure washer does a great job for it. So now I'm just doing a quick wash on the van. I'm just wiping it down with our wash mitt there, going over it with a quick, really light clay treatment, just because this van hasn't been treated. And I will be doing a video later with this van and applying a ceramic coating to it. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and get it cleaned up, and so you guys can see. All right, and that is it, guys. So that's the machine. We're gonna be doing an updated video. We're gonna be comparing this 1900 PSI unit to the 1600 PSI unit that we've previously used and love. So make sure you guys like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on that video. And thank you again, we appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next one.